Hi guys, Sasha T here with weightlosseducators.com, and today we have a question from Susan, and she's asking, are fat-free cappuccinos, I'm not sure if I spelled that right, so don't hold me on that, but are fat-free cappuccinos going to make me gain fat? Okay, first of all, Susan, what you need to understand is that you need to stop listening to people and even stop listening to a lot of things on TV and internet because just because you eat something fat-free doesn't mean you're not going to gain fat. As a matter of fact, it's based in science, and I'll explain it why. But really, it has more to do with sugar and not necessarily fat. Okay, so it could quite possibly make you fat. Why? Well, because it's sugar and it's loaded with sugar. All right, unless you're taking like an artificial sweetener, your cappuccino is going to be loaded with sugar. It's going to be loaded with carbs and quick absorbing carbs. Now, what happens when you overload on quick absorbing carbs? It's the easiest form of a macronutrient that to absorb and turn into fat. Because carbs are there primarily for energy, and your fat that you store is potential energy. So if you have too many quick absorbing carbs, such as sugar, all at once in your cappuccino, it doesn't matter how much fat there is in it. So please do understand that concept and start ordering, artificially sweetened one, or just don't take sugar with it or honey with it. Okay. Because you're ingesting a lot of very, very quick absorbing calories and quick absorbing carbs. It's going to be a problem. Okay. Um, let's talk about the low fat principle and how people misconstrue that information. Low fat diets. Okay. First of all, diet's a bad word. You already know that. But anything that's low fat, why is it low fat? Have you asked yourself that? Well, people think that fat turns into fat in your body, and there are different types of fats. Okay, so what you need to understand is that carb is usually the first thing that's going to turn into fat, especially quick absorbing carbs, and a lot of them. Not necessarily fat. Fat is probably the third thing that'll get into fat. You need fat. You need to eat fat. It's the only reason people talk about fat and are so worried about fat is not because fat turns into fat. Okay, that doesn't really happen that way. It's because fat has the most calories per gram out of all the macronutrients, which are carbs, proteins, and fats. Carbs and protein both have 4 calories per gram. So they have 4 calories per gram. Fat has 9. So your daily intake of fat should be no more than 30%. Okay, that's what the doctors will tell you. Usually 20, but no more than 30%. So with fat, really the only reason it boils down to calories at the end of the day is you're intaking too many calories at one time. So fat, well, most people should be pretty limited, and it should be about 30% of their diet. However, it's the carbs usually that get us in trouble. So low-fat diets are based on what I just told you about fats being higher in calories, but you still need to eat fats. You need to eat healthy fats, which are unsaturated fats. So poly and monounsaturated are more natural fats, okay? And then also omega-3s, omega-6s, or those fatty acids, those are all good. Make sure you eat fat. Don't worry about the fat. It's not necessarily the low fat that gets us in trouble. It's the sugar. So let's talk about a little bit about drinking beverages. All right. So when you drink something like this, like a cappuccino, it's liquid calories, what we call them. So they're not necessarily nutrient dense. There's no nutrients in it. There's no minerals. There's no vitamins. There's nothing in there to benefit your body other than caffeine and there to stimulate your central nervous system. So what you need to do is, instead of having all these beverages, and what these beverages are going to do if you drink more of them throughout the day, they're going to limit you from drinking water. Now, 96 ounces is what's recommended, and you do need to drink a lot of water in order to support all your bodily functions, okay? You need to drink water, and this is what's recommended by doctors, about 96 ounces a day. That's, even FDA approves that. So make sure that you drink more water than these drinks, because they're going to take away from your drinking water, and you're going to impair all your physiological functions if you don't have enough water in your body. So instead of worrying about losing weight, let's just worry about drinking a little more water as opposed to all these drinks. And I know everyone wakes up and everyone goes to Starbucks and gets all these drinks and caffeine, and do understand that caffeine is a central nervous system stimulant. You do build tolerance to it. It's almost like an addiction, and you have to have more and more and more and more and more, and next thing you know, your breath stinks, which is the first thing with coffee, people. Your breath's going to stink, and you're going to have to drink a lot of coffee throughout the day, which, guess what, equals to an insane amount of calories that you're intaking, and liquid calories. So you're going to gain a lot of fat from that. So hopefully that answers your question. Don't listen to your friends and people trying to tell you these things that are not certified, or that are not in the field, because these people don't necessarily know what's going to help you out. So if you do want to educate yourself a little more on this, so you don't make these mistakes, check out our Camp Fat Loss. And it's classes, a bunch of classes. We're going to teach you scientifically exactly what it takes to lose weight, lose fat. It's sometimes things people know, but they don't necessarily want to hear. They want something quicker out there. But guess what? There's nothing quicker out there. And everything that's quick, it's not good for you, and you will gain the weight back. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. Check out our website as well at weightlosseducators.com, and check out our blog. We have a lot of these questions we post almost daily. And send us a question over there. Thank you very much.